guys, Mayflum here, and today I'm going to show you how I am decorating some Christmas stockings for my dogs. Now, what I've done here is I have drawn out their names, and here's a quick little tip. If you're not very good at lettering, if you look, I'm bringing this way up close, you can see tons of brush strokes here, because what I have done is simply drawn and then gone in and filled in, and if there's any super thin spots, correct those. If there's any areas that I don't particularly like, correct those, and just work slowly until I have the designs that I do want. So I am not by any means good at lettering, but that doesn't stop me. And guess what? We're going to decorate some really inexpensive stockings really quickly here. So we are going to go into ScanNCut data, because what I want to do is I want to scan this and then be able to really take a look at it, edit it, and then cut it out of a different material. I'm not trying to cut it out of this scrap paper here. Now we can choose color or grayscale. Grayscale works much better. When I go into color mode, the ScanNCut does too good of a job recognizing too many things, when really I just want it to see the basic outline. So the grayscale does a better job for something like this. I'm gonna tell it okay and scan it in. And while it is recognizing, I will show you this here, this beautiful shimmery paper. This is an iron-on, holographic, glittery iron-on paper by Brother that I am going to use for their names by Kid Vote, Family Vote. So this, you'll always know which side to put up, because this shiny side, this is a clear, what you're really seeing is the front of it with the adhesive clear coating that's protecting it. That's the top. You'll know the adhesive side, which is the side you should always put facing up, because look how much the sparkle, not so sparkle. So that's going to be face up, but I'm getting ahead of myself, because first we've got to take a look at our image here. So we've got three options, and really it'll show you, if you do this, it's just going to go crazy, cut everybody. I almost never use that one. Here, this is only going to do the outline, and what that means is we're only, and I'm gonna bring this in, I should have done that before. Bring that in here to frame up our image so that any excess stuff is not out there. Okay, so what that's gonna do is only the outside, which means the middles of all the letters won't be cut. This right here should be our sweet spot, which, as you can see, it's gonna do the inside and out outlines. It's just not going to cut overlapping things. Now, if we're not sure how things are going, or if we want to adjust some things, if I push this button down here at the bottom, it's going to pull this screen up, and there's a couple things we can do. Number one, ignore object size. If there are any little tiny funky spots, pushing this is going to alter that. It's going to delete any funny spots. Now what I'm watching is right there. When I went over, when I got to 0.51, the middle of the E disappeared. I don't want that. So if I want to take a closer look here at what's going on, I can push zoom in, and I can see it's going to do a beautiful job. Look at that. But I can double check this so that if there's any flaws, if there's anything that shouldn't be cutting out, it'll show me right here. As it is, it looks great. I'm just going to say okay to everything, and I'm going to save it. I will go ahead and save it to the machine. If you wanted to save it in different ways or anything like that, you could go ahead and do that. Me, I'm going to go home and tell it okay, because I'm ready to get in here to save data from the machine, and it'll be my very last one, and it's going to pull these straight up. So we're ready to go. We're going to push this button so that it'll scan my mat and show me where my material is, since that is very important. And just takes a moment. We'll scan it right in so we know, and I make sure, especially with material like this, we certainly don't want to miss the mark or waste any of it. And look at that, we're right in the middle. I am going to do something though here. What you can do, if you click here, if you want to move stuff, but you want to leave everything exactly as it is, if we push this three little red squares button and push this, it'll select everybody. If you tell it okay and push this button right here, it's going to unify it, meaning it's going to make it one pattern. I'm good with that. I just want to go ahead and do that because two things. Number one, I want to get it closer to the edge, but there's something else. If I print it like this, it's going to print backwards, because remember, we're cutting onto the back side. So that's no problem. We just push this button right here and it flips it. Seriously, that easy. You push this button, it's right side, flip this, it reverses it, which is absolutely perfect. And we're ready to go ahead and cut our material. Once your machine is cut out your shape, and by the way, I have my machine set at 3. You'll of course want to do a test and check your own blade. You're going to peel this off, and you'll notice I'm going nice and slow, and you can work one side to the other or not. You can see why it was important that we cut it out backwards. So guess what, guys? This is so easy. I have my inexpensive little stocking right here. Now all I have to do is set this down and iron it on, and she's got a customized stocking in minutes. I love that. Now, could I go and decorate and make the bottom part fancy? I could, but I think for right now, I'm happy with it just being plain. I love this fancy name, and I feel like for right now it's plain. Maybe the kids will decorate it over break or something, who knows? But guess what? I've got that glittery, sparkly word, and I've got another one here for Mr. Ranger to cut out, or excuse me, tear out gently. I don't want it to tear, of course. And you can see, because of this material, why I said do not be in a rush, and also to check it for any really narrow parts, because obviously the more narrow, the more windy, the more delicate. So you just want to take your time there. Just don't be in a rush. And remind yourself how much more time it would take if you tore it. It's actually pretty durable, but of course, you're better off to just go nice and easy. Oh, I'm loving this, you guys. And of course, I've been using this specialty material, iron-on material. You could have just been doing regular scrapbook paper, pattern paper, cardstock. You could have been making this on any kind of material whatsoever. I hope you've enjoyed this quick look. I'll share a picture of the finished stockings there for you on my video. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave your comment there below on YouTube or over on my blog. I'll see you guys next time.